everyone, and welcome to the Quit.Coaches Corner here on WSTU 1450 and live online at WSTU1450.com. I'm Mike Thomas, and we got a special show for you live from Digital Domain Park. I'm joined by Greg Wyatt and the athletic director for Port St. Lucie High School, Mr. Danny Neinstein. So thank you, gentlemen, for joining us here this evening. We got an excellent show. We're also going to be on TV. Greg, this is a homecoming for you being on TV, something new for me, I know. Just
I'm
for being
really
radio,
nervous
but
now.
I'm sure. But no, you've got all the TV experience, so this is nothing for you. This is just like doing a normal broadcast.
Yeah, and it's good, the partnership with the St. Lucie County School Board and their television station. Obviously, they're big supporters of our WPSL Christmas Kids. We have an annual show there. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Good to be with you. Great to be with Danny Neinstein, who was one of the first people that Carol and I met when we moved to Port St. Lucie back in 1993.
And you still stayed, even though you met me then.
Well, the reason why we're out here at Digital Domain Park is we've got the FHSAA state tournaments going on starting tomorrow morning, going through until next Tuesday. So we're going to be spending the next hour talking about that, and it's a great tournament. Mr. Neinstein, you're out here helping out with helping up with the tournament. How great is the facility? And you guys have it looking beautiful right now.
Tommy Bowes and the staff here at the Mets have just been fabulous. I mean, it looks like it's a carpet. I mean, if you can see, it just looks like it's a carpet. And to see the kids' faces when they come onto the field, and some of them are just coming in now and they're looking at the field and their eyes are wide open. They're saying, we're going to get a chance to play here on a major league field. It's just fantastic, especially the first couple of days. We have 1A schools, and they don't tend to necessarily have the greatest facilities at their places because they're smaller schools or they're using a park situation. So it's just got to be a great thrill to play on a facility like this, which is just gorgeous.
You know, one of the guys down in left field, and the 1A teams are here now. He was just laughing just a few minutes ago, going, I can't believe this. You know, and you can just tell.
That's right.
Oh yeah, this is a dream for them.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because what, 95% of them will not even play ball in college?
I don't know.
Maybe higher.
Yeah, right. This is it. This is their last hurrah. They'll play here, and you know, and not too many teams get back that's a second time. So. This is probably their last hurrah. Their way to finish out their senior year, or maybe they never get back, and it's the only time in their career. So, you know, the chances of getting to the big show, as they say, is pretty slim.
It's a hard trip to get here too. You've got to make it through the long regular season, then you've got your district tournaments to qualify for the regionals, and then you've got 3 regional games you have to get through where the competition is just getting tougher and tougher and tougher every single week. And one stat that I saw when I was doing some prep for the show today that kind of jumped out at me is 8 teams were district runners-ups that are here in the tournament for all 6 classes, Class 1A through 6A. And that to me kind of jumped out as something that was a little surprising. You expect the district runner-ups would struggle a little bit, but 8 of the teams are district runner-ups. And even at Class 6A, 3 of the 4 teams remaining in that class are all district runner-ups. So it's a great tournament, and anybody can win.
And as you know, baseball, even though they say football is king, baseball's king in Florida. There's some very, very good baseball teams, very, very good baseball programs. And, you know, you're right. They may have lost somewhere along in the district championship, but they fought their way back, and they would have had to play all district champions to get here. So, you know, baseball is very good in Florida, and these are some of the cream of the crop kids and the whole United States as far as baseball goes.
And because we've got such a great fan base out here in Florida and such great baseball, you don't want to miss this tournament. If you are a baseball fan, or even if you're not, you just want to support everything, come on out. The tournament starts tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock when the Class 1A Final Four is set to start. And it's going to run all the way from Wednesday through Tuesday evening when the championship games are going to be done. There's going to be games every single day except for Sunday. And it's just $8 a session. You come out here to the beautiful Digital Domain Park. You're in the sun. It's a beautiful field, a beautiful time. Make sure to come out. And even though there's no local teams in the tournament right now, it's still a great time. And as Mr. Neinstein, you've been saying over and over again, these are the best of the best. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. These are the best teams remaining, and they've got some of the top players left.
Well, and a session is 2 games, so that's $4 a game.
Sure,
that's crazy.
It's great. It's great entertainment. Second, there was an article that came out earlier. They're the top 100 baseball players in the state of Florida, and more than 50 of them are here. and that's how you have to get here. You got to have a 1 or 2 top players in the state to get here. So, you know, you're going to see kids that are going to get drafted. There's some kids pitching later on in the week that are going to be top first-round draft choices, and you know, they're going to have to make some decisions. So there'll be a lot of scouts here. There will be a lot of fans from their own communities coming here, and if you're watching or listening, not a better, because really we're only a half a step away from the St. Lucie Mets. When you think about, they're only 22, 23 years old,
Sure.
and a lot of them were first-round draft choices. So, you know, the caliber of baseball is just absolutely fantastic, and you couldn't ask for a nicer place to be and watch baseball. Sit and relax, whether it's in the sun or up under the cover up there in the shade and a nice breeze, and we won't even charge you extra for the for the love bugs. And
Yeah.
when they come up and
That's a bonus.
whisper in your ear.
Yeah, there you go. Well, you know
You
what?
get those free.
What's interesting, and one of the teams that's going to be here has been, you talk about the 100 best team players in the state, but Archbishop McCarthy has been nationally ranked
Yes.
this whole season. I mean, they've got some serious ball players.
And the team that's playing tomorrow, Pace, out of
Yes.
Pensacola.
Yeah.
They're very, very good. They were here last year, and they're just as good, and they're coming back. That's a program, just like Archbishop McCarthy. It's a program. Year in and year out, they produce very good baseball teams, very good baseball players, and you know, that's what you strive for in any athletic department in a high school, is to try to have a program that you're building. But, you know, we were able to go a few years ago over to Sarasota, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime dream for kids and administrators and teachers, and it's really hard to get back. It's really, really hard to get back. You guys covered some of our games this year. We thought we were on a roll, but there's some good teams. And Melbourne got beat. I mean, we thought that was the best baseball team we'd ever seen,
Sure,
and they
yeah.
got beat.
Sure.
So, you know, it's just good baseball, and, you know, John Messina has done just such a fabulous job. It's a 365-day a year job for him. It's a passion for him, and
Thankless job.
yeah, thank you.
It really
It
is.
really is.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
It is a lot of hard work.
You know-
There's a lot of great volunteers
Sure.
that have come out. All the high schools in the area, their coaches, their athletic administrators. Certainly, Mr. Lannon, the superintendent of schools, has been a big supporter and has allowed us to come out here and be here. And it's a great community event, and I don't think people understand. You know, we're going to bring 10,000 people into St. Lucie County in the next week, and they love coming here. I mean, you've talked to the FHSAA staff, you talked to the other people that come here, and they said, we love St. Lucie County. We didn't quite realize that it was here. My friend Russell Wombles, who's from North Orlando in the Leesburg area, he'd never been here. Well, he came 2 years ago. He's brought his family back every summer for a week vacation. He loves the beach. He loves the quietness of the beach. And he said, you know, Orlando's kind of hustle bustle, and my family can go down there and relax. So that's just one example of people who have come here, really enjoyed themselves, and wanted to come back again. And I talked to him the other day. He can't wait to get here. I think he gets here tomorrow night. But he's on the FHSAA board now, and they just love coming here. And you know, Greg, when we first started, there wasn't any hotels out there. We couldn't hold events like this. But
Right.
now that the hotels started to build up and the restaurants, this is a great place. I think the FHSAA would love to have it here forever. They keep saying forever, and I said, oh, boy, that's a lot of
Well,
work.
what I thought was very interesting is that I was assigned to Bright House Cable last year. So in talking with all of the guys at Bright House, you know, they were sitting here going, we didn't even know this place existed. And you know, and you think, okay, these guys cover sporting events all over the state, and they'd never been here. Well, you know, and if you look at the schedule this year, they're doing all the championship games, not just 2 divisions. So it's like, okay,
Right.
they're in it. They're in it now. And so hopefully they'll be expanding their role down a few years down the road. And personally, we would love to see all the games on TV. We'll be talking to the FHSAA about our new WPSL ITV. So, you know, and actually the school board channel. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you can work as a team, and you know, you really start thinking about this. This event brings in well over $1 million, and it might not be an exaggeration to say $2 million 1 week.
1 week. gas
Yeah, you better
stations,
not.
you know. What kid is not going to play, go back to the hotel, and then head over to Duffy's? I mean, come on. They're going to play the game on afterwards. What kid is not going to stay at the hotel and go to any of the restaurants that are over there?
Sure.
Come on, Mom. Let's take a trip to the beach. It's not that far. Because for some people, they're not nowhere near the beach.
Oh, especially if you're in the middle of the state
Sure,
like Orlando. I
absolutely.
mean, yeah, you're still only 45 minutes away from the beach, but that's a long
Little di-
drive.
And a little different type of beach.
And much different. It's a tourist beach. It's packed. That was one of the first things when I moved down here. I'm very pale. I don't like the sun. And I normally didn't go to the beach when I was in Orlando, but since moving down here, it's so close, it's so quiet. It's such a completely different thing that I love going there now and just sitting out for about 5 minutes before I start to burn, and then I got to leave. But it's a nice place to be.
You're right.
And visitors coming down here, there's all kinds of entertainment. You've got, like you said, you've got the restaurants around here. You've got the hotels now where everybody can stay. There's activities for everyone, and the beach and some of just the natural beauty of St. Lucie County is a huge draw for these people to come down here. And then, of course, Digital Domain Park, absolutely gorgeous stadium. We're sitting out here right next to the field, right in front of the home team dugout, doing this live from Digital Domain Park, and it's just a fantastic place to be.
You know, I'll tell you, I had a phone call about a week ago when everything was happening over in the Mid-East, and they said, how far is that SEAL Museum? It sparked their interest.
Oh, sure.
The SEALs.
I believe that.
They became their heroes. They said, how far? I said, 15 minutes. We're 15 minutes away from the SEAL Museum. We may take our kids over there because there's some downtime, obviously. We may take our kids over there. What a great experience. What a great experience. Besides, you know, all the other fun things that go on.
Sure.
But, you know, we have a lot to offer on the Treasure Coast, not just Port St. Lucie, but Fort Pierce and Stewart. And, you know, it's just great opportunity for our community to shine and put its best foot forward. And, you know, we'll see what happens. How long they want to have it here. Looks like, I was listening to the weather. Looks like the weather's going to be great. No showers at least until next week, and nice cool mornings and everything. So I think we're in for a great week of baseball, and we hope people in the community come out and stop in for a game or two and kind of check out the good high school kids.
I can't remember. Was it you guys or was it South Fork who ran up against that all-everything pitcher? Wasn't it? Well, I don't think it. Okay, well, it was South Fork then, where all of a sudden we show up, and there must have been 25 scouts behind home plate. You know, they're all sitting there with the guns and stuff. And South Fork comes out, 5 runs, bam,
Right.
chases this kid. He doesn't even pitch an inning. And it's like all of a sudden, en masse, you see these scouts leave.
Yeah.
They were there to see one guy, and he didn't even get through the inning. But that's the way it goes. I mean, but you start thinking about that when you come to the games. Look at the guys behind home plate. If they're sitting there with charts and stuff, they're working for a major league ball club.
It's the same way we're going to any minor league baseball game.
You
It
bet.
wasn't that many years ago that David Wright and Reyes played
Right here.
right here.
Yeah.
And you know, you kind of keep track in your mind. You buy a program, say, okay, and then 4 or 5 years down the road, say, I watched him play in the state baseball championship. Oh yeah, he was 6'3", 200-pound shortstop. Now he's a 6'4", 225 pounds because they beefed him up in college or in the minor leagues. And next thing you know, say, I watched that kid play in high school because it happens to us all the time with Richard Ankiel. How people
Sure.
say, I remember when he played at your school. People I don't even know. I remember when he played, I watch him on TV. I kind of root for him a little, even though I'm not a Nationals fan or at that time a Cardinals fan. I root for him because I watched him play in high school. And that little connection there, that's great. But, you know, we're looking forward to a great, great week of baseball and meeting kids and other people from around the state. And, you know, they'll be here and they'll be, the other kids in the school, they'll bus them in and they'll have their war paint on and their signs, and whether they're girlfriends or want to be a girlfriend of a baseball player, they'll be here. And I just remember a couple years ago we had a lady in the bleachers, and she was dressed up like a bumblebee. And I said, wow, whose mother is that? You know, the old commercial like, oh, my mom's here, you know. They said, oh, no, that's our math teacher. She dresses like that all the time. What a great thing for a teacher.
Oh, yeah.
She was right in the middle of the kids and cheering right with them, and I'm sure there are a lot of other teachers, but she just happened to stand out. And I said, oh, I thought it was somebody's mom that he might be embarrassed. Like, Mom, you got to wear that outfit again? No, she was the math teacher, and she loved it, and Bishop Moore she was from. But, you know, great opportunity. Great opportunity. Hope you can come out.
Yeah, we had one in Sarasota who was a mascot. I can't remember what high school it was, and it was the principal. And I thought, this is so cool. I mean,
Yeah.
you can imagine just really identifying with your students.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
it's just, you know, it's wonderful. It's a great experience.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a great time out here. Digital Domain Park. The tournament lasts from Wednesday until Tuesday. Tickets are $8 a session. That gives you 2 games. Class 1A starts things off tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, and Class 3A will take things over at 5 o'clock right here. $8 a session at Digital Domain Park. We're going to take a quick break. We're broadcasting live from Digital Domain Park. It's the Quit Duck Coaches Corner. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to WSTU.
Come out and cheer on your favorite team here at Digital Domain Park.
Welcome back to the Quit Duck Coaches Corner on WSTU and live online at WSTU1450.com. I'm Mike Thomas, and we are live out here at Digital Domain Park, site of the FHSAA State Baseball Championships, all the rest of this week through next Tuesday. Greg Wyatt is here, and joining us now is the mastermind behind everything going on here, John Messina. John, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for what you guys do for high school sports in this area. It's just phenomenal, and I really appreciate everything.
Oh, it's our pleasure to get out there, and I have a lot of fun going out to all the games. This is my first year, and started with football in the fall, and then moved on to basketball, and now we're wrapping up baseball season, and it was a blast. I really enjoyed doing it, and there's a lot of talent at the local high schools here. There's some fantastic games, and I'm really looking forward to the talent that we're going to see here on the baseball field in the next coming week. It's the best of the best in each class, and even though we don't have any local teams, there's some phenomenal teams that are going to be out here. And it's if you like baseball, you like sports, or just like going to an event, $8 to get for 2 games, you can't beat that anywhere else.
You can't beat it anywhere else. I think we got spoiled the first year when we had South Fork and John Carroll here, you know, the first year. But the baseball here, and I will really go on record and say that, is the best baseball in the country. We have 7 teams in the tournament that were ranked in the top 25 of the nation at one time or another